In his essay of the same name, Sigmund Freud describes the uncanny as an unhomely and creepy sensation that comes about when the subconscious mind projects its repressed urges and feelings onto the world. This phenomenon can explain the unease people can feel when dealing with things such as the occult and arcane. It can also help understand the effectiveness behind many horror movie tropes, such as creepy children and animate dolls. I recently read The Uncanny as part of a larger project about horror games I'm doing at university, and to help myself understand it better, I decided to write a little case study and apply it to an actual horror game. So I decided to apply this academic text on psychoanalysis to 2014's smash hit Shrek Swamp Sim by Arman Karsenius. This clone of Slender Man may initially seem like another addition to the long line of Shrek parodies and memeable internet content. I would be inclined to agree if it wasn't capable of producing the most intoxicating feeling of dread in me.
What are you doing? Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
So let's take a little look into why Shrek Swamp Sim is so eerily creepy. As for many people my age, the Shrek movie franchise was a cornerstone of media growing up. This childhood link is the first reason why Swamp Sim is so uncanny, since Freud believed that childhood memories make up a large volume of the ocean that is our subconscious. It is no surprise that childhood memories of this lovable, titular Scottish ogre exist there. These memories harken back to a simpler, more carefree time. So when these happier memories meet with the dark threat of this friendly character chasing and trying to kill you, a feeling of unease and fear is only to be expected. Next, the gameplay. Like the original Slender Man, objects are placed around the level for the player to collect. If the player collects all the objects, they win the game. But as they collect more, the adversary gets faster. In Slender, the objects are pages. In Swamp Sim, they are onions.
Ogres are like onions.
All the onions are not present at the start of the game. As onions are collected, more gradually spawn in. This feature forces the player to return to the same areas of the map continuously. This compulsive repetition can also invoke a feeling of uncanniness. Freud described an event from his childhood when in an Italian city he was lost, and despite trying to avoid a creepy plaza, he kept inadvertently returning to it. This experience instilled in him a particular type of uncomfortable panic. He felt trapped, like he couldn't escape, and anxious that he was drawing attention from onlookers by continually returning to the same area. Freud attributes this repetitive behaviour to a primal lizard brain instinct in our subconscious to constantly go around in circles when lost, to prevent oneself from getting more lost. However, this instinct directly opposes the conscious mind, which is trying to get away and find its way somewhere else. This opposition within our own minds can be very unsettling. This type of experience, I imagine, is quite common to people. Many of us have had nightmares where we're trapped going round in circles, or memories from childhood of losing our parents in a supermarket and continually returning to the same aisles. My final point on this game's uncanny nature is Shrek's stunted and inhuman-looking walk cycle. The amateur nature of this animation is likely intentional in both a humorous and unsettling way. The reason it is disturbing is our unconscious id and conscious ego is confused by the unnatural nature of the walk, making us wonder if the animation is alive or not. This unease around whether something is alive or not is more commonly known these days as the uncanny valley, an effect where objects that appear almost human unsettle us because they seem slightly off and unreal in a hard to describe way. Animators and roboticists regularly contend with this effect to ensure their creations don't creep us out. Of course, this creepiness in the case of Shrek is intentional.
Hey now, you're a rock star.
Hi folks, hope you enjoyed this slightly sillier Halloween themed episode. I'm just off out to get the last bits for my costume, going as CBBC's Raven this year. Let the challenge begin. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Have a good Halloween.
Somebody once told me the world's gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking down with my finger and thumb in the shape of an arrow.